What is going on, Blues? Welcome back to another video, and we have some good reports. And it's reported that Chelsea has reignited their interest in Declan Rice, and this report came from Matt Law, and he stated that Chelsea and Thomas Tuchel, they've been starting to show even more interest in Declan Rice, and they just want to see if there is like possibilities to bring him into the bridge. And apparently if West Ham obviously want, it depends on them, we may use Tammy Abraham plus cash, of course, to bring in Declan Rice to Chelsea. And from the business point of view, it makes sense for both Chelsea and West Ham. I think West Ham, even though they have a striker in Michael Antonio, but his fitness record isn't great, and he's usually injured and stuff, so they gotta look for a striker. And if you can get a striker of Tammy's caliber, when he can guarantee you 15 to 20 goals every season, I mean, you gotta take him. Tammy's value is at least around 40 to 45 million pounds, and I think it would make sense. And for Tammy, I'm not sure if he wants to downgrade to go to a club like West Ham, but however, if he wants to make himself an established striker in the Premier League and maybe just play there for 2-3 years and then maybe get another move, then it could work. Like, Tammy is definitely a very good striker. Thomas Tuchel clearly doesn't like him. He doesn't like his play style, but I personally rate Tammy, and I think he would do well for a West Ham team. I think he's a very well balanced striker. I think he of course he's still young, he's improving. However, I think he's gonna be a very good striker for West Ham. Considering they have players like Jared Bowen, Ben Rama, Pablo Fornals, Lingard probably gonna stay there, so they got like a decent attacking lineup there, and Tammy leading their attack would be a good thing. On the other hand, Declan coming to Chelsea, of course, it would be a massive benefit for us. I think we definitely need someone to help Conte, to give him rest, or maybe to play next to Conte. I think Kovacic, Jorginho, even though they are defensively, they do some defensive work. They get the tackles and stuff, but overall, I think there is a lot of things that they can be improving on their defensive side of the game, and I think Declan on the defensive side of the game is clearly an upgrade on both of them. And I think Matic and Conte back in the old days, they were a good partnership. Matic was the holding guy and Conte was the aggressor, and I think this partnership could work with the Declan and Conte pivot. I think it's gonna do like wonders. I think Declan's passing is very underrated, and his physicality, he's a proper leader. He also played in Chelsea in his youth days, so he knows the club very well. And I would be, if I was the club, I would definitely be interested for a deal like this. I think Declan would perfectly fit in our team. He can also play as a center back, which could be useful. Let's say Thiago Silva leaves and we don't really find a replacement, we can still use Declan as a center back in the middle of a back three. I mean, the guy's a versatile player, guys. He broke out as a center back in West Ham, but he slowly, moved to a DM position, and he's been doing well. Like, him and Thomas Tuchel have been one of the better midfield partnerships in the league this season. And yeah, Declan is a proper guy, man, and he's an England international at the age of 22, I believe. And yeah, the guy is a fabulous player. His market value is probably right now around like 70-80 million pounds, and I think using Tammy to get a player of this caliber would be good. I feel bad for Tammy. I think Tammy, he hasn't really gotten chances under Tuchel. Probably he got 1 or 2 starts. He doesn't really get even like as a sub minutes, so it just doesn't really look good for him. And I think he has 1 year on his contract, so it could be useful. You know what I mean? Like, we can use him in a Declan Rice swap deal, and I think maybe we can give them Tammy plus like 30 or 40 million cash. This could definitely help us, and also it's gonna free up a space for a possible striker that we may be signing. We are linked to players like Lukaku. Haaland we are linked to, but I don't think he's gonna join. I think he's gonna be joining a team next year. I think he's staying this year. Harry Kane, I doubt he's gonna join Chelsea. Aguero, we were linked, but he joined to Barcelona. So yeah, the striker options are pretty tight. So I think we may be able to use that free attacking spot maybe for Sancho. You guys already know, like, we were linked to him. But yeah, I think Declan, I'm a big fan of him. I think he should definitely join us. A lot of people constantly underrate him just because he's not the most eye-catching player. Personally, I think they usually compare to NDD. I think NDD defensively he's a bit better than Declan, but I think on the ball Declan is better in my opinion, and I think Declan is much more he's gonna be much more useful in a top 4 team than NDD. I think NDD you gotta have a certain type of players around him to complement him, because he's not the most accomplished player on the ball. He can lose the ball at times. But I think Declan is much more accomplished on the ball, and I think he would be a better player for us. Because you guys already know that Conte, if you give him that extra guy behind him, he's going to do a lot of pressing work. And Tuchel loves the players who press. Imagine like Declan, be that holding center back. I mean, not the holding midfielder. And N'Golo just pressing and stuff, helping the attack. I mean, that's dangerous. I mean, that's how Conte won the league. Matic was the holding guy and Conte was the box-to-box. So, I mean, it could be. I mean, we are in a serious, transfer window. It's going to be like a similar transfer window. I think maybe not the amount of players we sign, but probably the quality of the players we're going to sign this summer. I think it's going to be very similar to last year. We're aiming for big players, and I just hope we don't downgrade to like second or third options, because we always did it in the past transfer windows. Going for players like Bakayoko. It's not a good look. Just go for your first options. If not, then just hold on, for another season, see what's going to happen. But overall, guys, I mean, Declan, the guy is destined to be a top-class defensive midfielder. He's already, like, in my opinion, top 4, top 5 defensive midfielders in the league. So it's just a matter of time until, he gets the recognition from everyone. I mean, you got to go through, from that phase. A lot of people still, like, talk negative stuff about Mason Mount. You just got to prove yourself, you know what I mean? But I think from both sides, the clubs, it's going to be useful for them. West Ham getting Tammy and some money to help out building their team, and Chelsea getting a top-class DM to, rotate with Conte or play next to him. And I think it would make sense. Now we just got to wait to see where these reports go, if the clubs are going to take actions to make this deal happen. But at the end of the day, it's transfer window, it's rumors, news going on. So nothing is really confirmed at the end of the day. So we just have to wait and see. But guys, hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Make sure to smash the like button and subscribe. Drop me your opinions about Declan Rice. Do you think he would be a good signing for Chelsea, or you think we should go for other midfielders? You know what I mean? But yeah, guys, this was it, and see you later for the next video. Bye-bye.